That was fun. Good job.
Okay, they did a great job, did they not?
That's tremendous. I had heard we had done something special with the Open. I didn't know what it was. And there you go.
Okay, so first off, David, we got to thank Emma from the Rise department. She put that together. And Delina, our segment producer here on Coast to Coast, that was her creative idea. She sat on the red carpet in that hot heat, and she worked with Alyssa, a CA here in Los Angeles, and they brought that back. I am more than pleased. Do you see your boy Dak Prescott? I mean, they know that you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
He was front and center.
And then Orlando Scandrick dropped the mic. I think that was him. So good job.
And then
Cowboys.
what about Coach Fizz? You're not going to rook us. You're not going to rook us today.
I like how they're all looking. Where's your game been? It's MIA. They needed the cue cards, but it worked.
Byron needs a little more work, but other than that, speaking of work, you know who put in some work today? Auntie did. I call her Auntie. You know why?
Is that what you call her?
So long. When you think about Carmelo, we know his abilities and lack thereof. You see CP3's, tendencies and his leadership ability. And then James Harden, he has this MVP year where he's at point and he looks amazing. How will those three coexist? Because it sounds good in the summer while we're sitting around in Paris and talking about we're going to take over the league. But when we're out there in the court, it could be a whole different game.
I guess I could use it's complicated with that too.
CP3.
Oh, he'll get on them too.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Look, they can be harmonious. At the end of the day, winning is always good deodorant, and people want to finish it off well. So, talk to me about D'Antoni and Carmelo. Speaking of relationships, complications.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
That's a little complicated too. I think at this point,
the guys that we're talking about in the crowd is interesting because I love. And now you've
have you been there?
No, I was going to say. So LeBron was in the crowd. Yeah. You were there. That's normal, right? For these guys to show up and just watch and support the team.
Yeah, they sit there, sit courtside, and I'm certainly as curious that he decided.
Read into that. Let's put everybody in the chair for a minute and analyze.
Usually, I'll say this.
Okay,
referring to what you just said. Usually, they just go watch.
Trolling Lonzo, or he really wanted to see if he was all that he was cracked up to be.
I mean, he's a basketball fan. I'm sure he's curious, but, LeBron is very...
Lonzo was not wearing his big baller brand shoes and some Nikes and specifically trolled him and by putting it on his Instagram. LeBron made a point that everyone had to know. Lonzo with the purple Nikes. You remember Denzel Valentine?
I do. That's my guy, Michigan.
That is our Mark Spears from The Undefeated joining us again. We really appreciate you being here while enjoying the ESPYs. And we were talking about Lonzo and Summer League. For more on Summer League, we're going to send it out to Vegas where we can find Sage Steele. Yes, thank you, Ashley Colley, for cutting that. Yes, that's terrible. But D. Lazy, did you see the shout out? The ladies know you. They're asking for you. This is interesting.
Yeah, well, they did a nice job of reading the cue card, is what it looked like from here. But I appreciate that anyway. That was nice.
Did you like it?
I did. I like the finished product. That was so that's sort of the homework they did to get to the start of the show, which was very good.
I tell you what, this is the best show open ever. I think we should scrap the Lecrae one. What do you think? And go back to that.
I could go for that every once in a while. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, we'll talk to the bosses, see what they say. I hear you have something to talk about. Boss just yelled no.
I got a media superstar sitting to my left, Carrie. Okay. I got to get to this. The 30 for 30. Mike and the Mad Dog tonight.
Do your job. My bad. Here we go. He can't stand a lot of things. Did you watch the ESPYs last night? He might or might not have been mad with one Peyton Manning. We'll talk about it when we come back. Also, it's the second part of this sit down with Kevin Durant. He gets really honest. He talks about his critics and how he makes it through the noise. Coast to Coast back.
Total number of smiles, 0 for either of those. They were not in on the joke, were they? They were not enjoying it.
No. Did you watch that last night and think, oh gosh, this is awkward? Because of course I go to the Twitter. I went to social media and I thought to myself, oh God, not again, Katie. Why didn't you laugh at yourself? Didn't you think that?
That was the first thing on my mind.
Right, but it turns out it was all a plan. It was all set up, my man. Did you know that?
Is that what happened? Is that really? That's the bottom line. They knew about it and they just. Go stone-faced
they played into it. They were informed. They played into it. They made it even more exciting, Word on the street. That's what's being reported,
Okay. You got sources on this? Is this well-sourced, this information?
I double source it, because at our network we have to double source. I double source, if not triple source. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's what happened. I'm going to get back to you, though, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We're going to talk more about the ESPYs with this guy right here. How are you? The Undefeated's Justin Tinsley joining us now. So you covered the ESPYs for the Undefeated. Tell me what you thought about it. Talk about the red carpet, the stars, the glitz, the glamour, all of it.
That was my first red carpet experience. So that was unique in and of itself. Confrontational person, so I don't like saying no sometimes, but then some people are like,
my bad.
No, you have to learn how to say no. Yeah. But it was also very, very hot out there too, and I hate sweating in good clothes.
Okay. What was your favorite moment of the night?
My favorite moment of the night, obviously Michelle Obama. It's always spine tingling when you're when you're in a room with them. It was such a good joke that I thought it wasn't a joke. You know, they played it off a little too well. I would not really.
So tell me the purpose of this list. Tell me what it's all about, just in case our viewers, in fact, don't know about this undefeated list of top Black athletes.
Well, you know, a list, any type of list will get people talking.
Sure.
Especially when you're dealing with sports and you're dealing with the top 50 best Black athletes of all time.
Sure.
So we partnered with SurveyMonkey, and they surveyed, I think, about 10,000 people,
Sure.
and they voted on, you know, various categories about influence, impact, whatever. Door like Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah.
Instead of a check, I
And
have like a list of questions that I want to ask them. Like,
yeah.
I didn't understand how Tim Duncan was 50,
Yeah.
or Barry Sanders at 44.
Well, it's very confusing because then, of course, and they have some people and you think, well, okay, that makes sense. You got Earl Campbell at 48. So, I mean, I understand that. But then, from my understanding, Kobe Bryant's not even on the list at all.
Yeah, you know, I was really nervous about coming to LA.
To talk about this?
To talk about this because
I don't have a weapon.
Well, not you, but you know, I like talking to the people. I like going out and touching the people. and coming to LA and not having Kobe Bryant on the top 50 greatest athletes.
Let's get right to it.
I can't tell you who's number one, but I will tell you this.
I would assume he's number one then, right? Oh boy.
He's yes.
David, I'm nervous.
Possibly.
Possibly. He didn't tell me. He didn't give me anything. David, I'll send it back to you. Justin Tinsley has us all on the edge of our seats, perhaps waiting and wondering.
I'm probably going to go into hiding after this
Okay.
list comes out. Mm-hmm.
Bristol, take it away. Still KD Through the Noise is a 35-minute documentary that you can watch on his YouTube page or that Nike Plus app. But before you do that, I want you to watch this conversation. I sat down with KD and he thoughtfully explains why he left OKC, why the critics and the noise, well, they bother him, we know that. But he says he has a new sense of freedom. All right, Still KD Through the Noise, again, a 35-minute documentary. You can find it on his YouTube page or you can find it at the Nike Plus app. Through the Noise, interesting. It's a good conversation, check it out. I'm looking forward to that interview again tonight on the 6th. You got Serena Williams there, Venus doing the final Saturday. I don't know what to do. I want to